I remember as a boy taking a spool and a rubber band and making a tank that would go anywhere, especially if you carved notches in the spool. Well, Paul Phelps did that too as a boy. And now that he's retired, some might say he's entered his second childhood because he is making all sorts of toys out of that simple spool and rubber band idea.
I was born in Louisville and kind of in a depression, I guess, and we would go back and forth to the country. Toys were just about non-existent for us during the Depression. They were very hard to come by, and they weren't plentiful anywhere, I don't think. You kind of made up your own games and your own toys. You swung on tree limbs. You did all kinds of things. Then one day my dad told me how to make this little toy with a spool and a candle and a rubber band. And I did that, and we used that, we played with that. And my sisters would cut out paper dolls from the paper or from the magazine if we had one. And it was you just did your own. And actually, you never thought about it. You thought you were okay. Looking back, you know it was hard times, but back then you sort of had each other, and everybody pitched in on with their own ideas, and you went on with it. I was kind of in between maybe another business or something, and one day I just made one of these again, remembering back in 1934, and then I got curious as to what could this thing do, what could you make it do, and believe me, it's capable of a lot more than what it looks like. I go to one craft show at Anchorage, Kentucky, and this lady came by. She looked like a school teacher, and she looked at the toys and went like that, and then she backed up and sort of spread her legs out and looked again like that. And she said, "Scrap, you're making this thing, all these things out of scrap." And I said, "Yes, ma'am, that's about the size of it." And I do use a lot of stuff that is more or less scrap. I have to buy a few things, but it's amazing what you can do with nothing. I like to see them work after I finish one. I get an idea and I wonder if it'll work, and I pursue it. There's research, there's everything involved, just what I love to do. I think everything today is too much battery, for one thing, and you wouldn't believe the response I get from the children. Oh, they love this stuff, and they've never seen anything like this. See, they're like a fourth grader. All he knows is punching buttons and computers and television, whatever, and games on electronic games, and they want to know everything about these things. It's amazing. There's so much that I wouldn't trade it for anything I've ever done. It's just that much enjoyment to it.